In the heart of a bustling New York City winter night, where the glittering skyscrapers cast long shadows over snow-covered streets, a piercing cry shattered the silence. It wasn't just any cry, it was the desperate wail of a tiny baby, blue-lipped and shivering in the arms of a young woman huddled against a graffiti-covered alley wall. Her name was Elena, and she had nowhere left to turn. But fate, in its mysterious way, was about to intervene through the unlikeliest of heroes, a high-powered CEO named Alexander Hart, and his wide-eyed 6-year-old daughter, Lily. This is the story of how one freezing night changed everything, a tale of compassion, redemption, and the unbreakable bonds that can form in the face of despair. Buckle up, because what happened next will warm your heart and remind you that kindness can thaw even the coldest souls. Alexander Hart was the epitome of success. At 38, he ran one of the city's top tech firms, overseeing an empire of innovative apps and gadgets that connected millions. His days were a whirlwind of board meetings, investor calls, and late-night strategy sessions. But beneath the polished suits and confident stride lay a man haunted by loss. 3 years earlier, his wife, Sophia, had passed away from a sudden illness, leaving him to raise their daughter alone. Lily was his world now, the spark of joy in his otherwise structured life. With her curly brown hair and infectious giggle, she reminded him every day of the woman he'd loved and lost. Alexander had thrown himself into work to cope, but it meant long hours away from home, relying on nannies and his sister to fill the gaps. He told himself it was for Lily's future, building a legacy of security. Yet, deep down, he knew he was drifting, his heart armored against the pain of vulnerability. That fateful evening started like any other. Alexander had picked Lily up from her after-school ballet class, her tiny pink tutu peeking out from under her winter coat. They were heading to their penthouse apartment in Manhattan, the car's heater blasting warm air as snowflakes danced outside the tinted windows. Lily chattered excitedly about her day, her small hands gesturing wildly. "Daddy, today we learned pirouettes. Watch me." She twisted in her seat, nearly toppling her backpack. Alexander smiled faintly, his mind half on an upcoming merger deal. "That's great, sweetheart. Just wait till we're home." But as their driver navigated the crowded streets, Lily's sharp eyes spotted something unusual. Pressing her nose against the glass, she gasped. "Daddy, look! There's a lady out there with a baby. She's sitting in the snow. Why isn't she inside?" Alexander glanced out, expecting to see a pedestrian waiting for a cab. Instead, his gaze locked on Elena. She was in her early 20s, wrapped in a threadbare blanket, rocking a bundled infant who couldn't have been more than a few months old. The baby's cries were faint but insistent, carried on the biting wind. Elena's face was etched with exhaustion, her eyes hollow from nights on the street. She had fled an abusive relationship months ago, only to find herself spiraling into homelessness. Jobs were scarce without childcare, shelters were full, and the winter cold was merciless. That night, her baby girl, Mia, was running a fever, her tiny body trembling uncontrollably. Elena whispered desperate pleas to passers-by, but most hurried on, averting their eyes from the uncomfortable reality. "Daddy, her baby is freezing," Lily exclaimed, her voice cracking with innocent concern. She tugged at Alexander's sleeve, her big blue eyes pleading. "We have to help them. Please." Alexander hesitated. He was no stranger to charity, he donated generously to causes, wrote checks that funded soup kitchens and housing programs. But this was different. This was personal, up close, messy. His schedule was packed, he had emails to answer, a conference call in an hour. "Lily, honey, there are people who help with that. We can call someone," he said, pulling out his phone. But Lily wasn't having it. "No, Daddy. Remember what Mommy said? If you see someone hurting, you don't walk away. We have to do something now." Her words hit him like a punch to the gut. Sophia's voice echoed in his memory, her gentle mantra during their volunteer days early in their marriage. Swallowing hard, Alexander nodded. Okay, let's see what we can do. They pulled over, and Alexander stepped out into the frigid air, Lily trailing behind with her hand in his. As they approached, Elena looked up warily, clutching Mia tighter. Please, we're fine, she murmured, though her chattering teeth betrayed her. Up close, Alexander saw the desperation. Elena's coat was soaked through, her shoes worn to holes. Mia's cries grew weaker, her little face pale. Lily knelt down without hesitation. Hi, I'm Lily. What's your baby's name? She looks cold. Can I give her my scarf? Before Elena could respond, Lily unwound her fluffy pink scarf and draped it over the bundle. The simple act broke through Elena's defenses, tears welled in her eyes. Mia, her name is Mia. Thank you. We've been out here for hours. The shelter turned us away, too full. Alexander's CEO instincts kicked in. He couldn't just leave them there. Come with us, he said firmly. I have a place nearby. We can get you warm, get Mia checked out. Elena shook her head at first, pride and fear warring within her. I don't want charity. I can manage. But Mia's cough, a raspy, heartbreaking sound, changed everything. With Lily's encouragement, Elena relented, and they bundled into the car. The drive to Alexander's penthouse was silent at first, broken only by Lily's soft humming of a lullaby to Mia. Elena held her daughter close, whispering apologies for the life she'd given her. Arriving at the luxurious apartment, the contrast was stark. Warm lights, plush carpets, a fireplace crackling with artificial flames. Alexander called his personal physician, who arrived within minutes to examine Mia. She's hypothermic and dehydrated, but she'll be okay with rest and fluids, the doctor said, administering care. As Mia stabilized, Elena opened up over hot cocoa that Lily insisted on making, with a little help. She shared her story, growing up in a broken home, falling for the wrong man, escaping with nothing but Mia and a backpack. I was studying to be a nurse, she said softly. But life, it just fell apart. Alexander listened, really listened, for the first time in years. He saw echoes of his own pain in her eyes, the isolation, the fear of failing those you love. That night marked the beginning of a profound journey. Alexander offered Elena and Mia a guest room, intending it as temporary. But Lily bonded instantly with Mia, declaring her my little sister. Challenges arose quickly. Elena struggled with trust, she'd been burned before. One night, she packed to leave, convinced she was imposing. You don't owe us anything, she told Alexander. He found her in the hallway, bags in hand. It's not about owing. It's about helping because we can. Stay, please. For Mia, and for Lily. His voice cracked, revealing his own vulnerability. Elena stayed, and slowly, walls crumbled. Work became a battle for Alexander. His board questioned his distractions, late arrivals, cancelled meetings to attend Mia's doctor visits. You're the CEO, not a social worker, one executive sneered. Alexander faced a choice: cling to his empire or embrace this new path. Inspired by Lily's unwavering kindness, he chose the latter. He delegated more, restructured his schedule, even launched a company initiative for employee volunteerism in homeless outreach. But the real test came when Elena's ex tracked her down, showing up at the building with threats. Alexander used his resources, lawyers, security, to protect them, standing firm in court as Elena gained a restraining order. It was terrifying, but it forged their bond. In those moments, Alexander realized he wasn't just saving Elena, she was saving him from his emotional isolation. As weeks turned to months, the little family grew. Lily taught Mia her first words, Elena found a job through Alexander's connections, training as a medical assistant. Alexander and Elena's relationship deepened, not rushed, but natural, born of shared trials. One evening, as snow fell outside, Lily beamed at them all around the dinner table. "See, Daddy? We saved them, and they saved us too." Alexander pulled Elena close, whispering, "She's right." But life wasn't without ongoing struggles. Elena battled depression from her past, seeking therapy with Alexander's support. Lily faced bullying at school for adopting strays, learning resilience through her father's guidance. Alexander grappled with guilt over Sophia, visiting her grave to share how their family had expanded in unexpected ways. Resolutions came through open communication, small victories like Mia's first steps, and community involvement. Alexander founded a non-profit, Warm Hearts Initiative, funding shelters and job programs for single mothers. Elena became its ambassador, her story inspiring donations that helped hundreds. Years passed in a blur of milestones. Mia grew into a bubbly toddler, calling Alexander Papa with glee. Lily blossomed into a compassionate teen, volunteering alongside her dad. Elena and Alexander married in a quiet ceremony, their love a testament to second chances. The challenges, financial strains on the nonprofit, Elena's lingering fears, Alexander's work-life balance, persisted, but they faced them together, stronger for the scars. Today, as I wrap up this incredible story, remember, in a world that can feel so cold, one act of kindness can spark a chain reaction. Alexander, Lily, Elena, and Mia prove that heroes aren't born in capes. They're made in moments of choice. If this tale touched your heart, hit that like button, it helps spread these inspiring stories. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life miracles that remind us of the good in humanity. Who knows? Your next act of kindness could be the start of someone's happily ever after. Thanks for watching.